Welcome to today's episode, and we have a very exciting guest, Adrianne Cooper, owner of CCCI2. Adrianne, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So, now for our audience, anyone who's just tuning in for the first time today, we are Stravix, a company that helps financial firms scale revenue and operate more efficiently. So, if you want to learn how to take your business to the next level, make sure to stick around. And if you're interested in a free growth consultation, just drop us the word growth in the DM on the comments down below. So, Adrianne, once again, so excited to have you on today. I think we're going to have a great conversation.
Yes, I'm
Awesome.
excited.
Why don't you just give us and our audience members a little bit of background, personal, professional journey? Take us back.
Okay, so my personal professional journey began with going to college. Once I finished my bachelor's degree from Langston University, I enlisted into the United States Army. I felt like there was a need for me to acquire more discipline and understand more strategies on how to develop better leadership. And during that time, I definitely received that type of opportunity and those experiences. During a time in the military, I was able to be deployed to Iraq and also to Kosovo and gave me an opportunity to explore other countries and how to work under high stress environments. Afterwards, I ended up working as a civilian contractor in the Middle East in the security and military intelligence field. And afterwards, I thought it was a great idea to open up my own small business where I saw a need for finances to be helped through the military service members and civilians.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for that story. So, with all of that, what
Mhm.
would you say like your biggest motivator is? Or was it when you said you wanted to start your company? Was there any kind of background to that? Or have you always had an entrepreneurial spirit and you kind of just wanted to start something of your own?
Yes, I've always had an entrepreneur spirit, even when I worked full-time job, even when I was in the military, I was helping people with their finances, putting together an action plan for them, showing them how to get out of debt and then how to build wealth. It's just something that I naturally get excited about and passionate about. And so I just carried that over into a full-time business.
That's amazing. And so, why don't you walk us like I know it probably looks a little bit different, but your day to day, just any typical work day, what would that look like?
So a typical workday is really just attending to my current client needs, ensuring that they're following the action plan that we've given them, and then just kind of holding their hand through that process. We call creditors for our clients to negotiate a lower interest rate or maybe consolidation of their debt. Or in even some cases, I had a client who is going through cancer treatment. We were able to get a lot of her debt, her hospital bills forgiven hospital special programs they have, but also too working with the military personnel from Virginia, a young soldier who is needing help with organizing his bills and understanding his budget and just helping him to build a savings account and build wealth.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
That's just amazing to hear. So, kind of hopping more into your company and your business and just the umbrella of kind of your industry. Many Americans are overwhelmed with debt or bad credit, obviously. So, what do you think people kind of misunderstand most about credit repair or financial planning?
I really think that people feel like credit repair is kind of a novice topic and financial planning is kind of something that you just throw to the wind. But we all know that through discipline, education, and perseverance, we all can have good credit and a good financial plan in place. I really try to take out the fear out of financial planning and credit consulting. And for one reason is a lot of times people just don't understand how they got where they were. So we really kind of touch on those bases and really draw out a really straight line plan to show, hey, this is where the problem occurred. Here's how to fix it. And then here's how to improve it and then hopefully sustain it and grow it.
Yeah, great advice. And what everyone always has a different answer to this, but maybe if we have some young audience members watching, what do you think is kind of a good age or just in ballpark of when to kind of start thinking about financially planning or saving or even building your credit? What would you say about that? Like college students, maybe post grad, even when buying your first house, what would you say about that?
So I really have a really strong theory with the parents and with young teenagers. If we could start at 13 years old talking about finances, really just having your kids come into the parents' world or the caretaker world and say, "Hey, here's our finances. This is what it looks like." So they can get a real world experience on what finances really looks like. Sometimes young people are just used to just spending and not knowing how hard their parents may work for that income and how to use it wisely. So starting, I would say at 13 years old. Also, too, some credit cards will allow you to add your child to their credit card at a certain age. That would help them to what's called piggyback credit to help start building their credit. But not only doing that for the teenager, but showing them how to use credit wisely, showing them about a credit report, educating them about, what it means, what's on the credit report, but then moving forward to college, they're not blindsided by all the credit card offers and inundated with credit cards on top of student loans, just digging more in debt by the time they graduate. So really, I feel like if there's a good conscious level on credit and finances before they get to college, then they will walk wisely during college and not add additional debt to themselves.
Yeah, that's great advice.
Mhm.
Starting young, 13 sounds
Yes.
overwhelming, but I think it can be done, and I think it should be
Yes.
done as well.
Yes. And there's some good apps out there, and thank God for YouTube. There's some good education, videos that kinda really break it down and make it fun to learn about credit and finances.
100%, yeah. So, Adrienne, looking ahead, what initiatives or partnerships are you most excited for expanding your impact or growing your business?
Yeah, so I'm currently a member of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce that I just joined this year. And so I'm really just getting out in the community and finding out where the needs are. I do find that underserved communities really need assistance or education about credit and finances. So partnering with libraries here in Oklahoma City and also to partner with other financial firms. I am looking to maybe go down the track of being a financial advisor. That's
Love
something
it.
I'm thinking about where, there's a higher level, but I can still reach down and help underserved people or everyday people. So that's where we're moving forward in the business.
So is that my next question was been gonna be your goal for the business? Like, say, maybe in the next 8 to 12 months, is that kinda the same thing?
Yes, and then we're also partnering with the state and government. We've carved out a niche to offer services to the government and also to the state. We were awarded our first Oklahoma State contract back in February, where we taught business credit to small business owners
Wow,
under the Department of Transportation. I really had fun with that class. It was a 4 hour Zoom class, and we were able to really kind of get down to the nuts and bolts about personal credit and business credit and how to separate the 2 and also how to build that business credit. So, a lot of good questions and a lot of good answers during that class time.
that's amazing. I
Mhm.
love that. Another question I always love asking is, hypothetically, if you had a magic wand or a genie lamp, and it's one thing in your business right now that's either holding you back, slowing you
Mhm.
down from reaching your goal, what would that one thing be?
I would say adding new personnel to the business to
Mm,
scale the business. That's something that we're looking to do. And adding more processes and procedures that are more AI driven. I guess it requires less hands on and just more
mm,
auto generated. I feel like that's something that we would love to implement to save time and to also give more accuracy to our business.
mm.
But yeah, that's what I would say.
That's amazing. Yeah,
Mhm.
so, just kinda to wrap everything up,
Mhm.
let's say someone that's watching maybe wants to break into the industry, or maybe we have a 13-year-old that's watching and wants to start building credit like we talked about. What would be just a send off or a sentence of advice that you would give that person?
I would say to educate yourself now, to get online, do a
Mhm,
Google search. What does it look like to build credit as a young teenager? What process and procedures can I learn to
mhm.
implement on how to start my journey with my finances, how to create a budget, maybe even how to have a part-time job during
Yeah,
school if you have time, so you can feel that real responsibility of having money and what that looks like to spend it wisely and to also build your credit and to grow your wealth. Some people think that it's too early to start investing into the stock market, but sure, you get along with your parent. Your parent can help you pick out your stocks, and your stocks can be in your name along with your parents' name. But this can help you start building wealth. The earlier you start, the better off you are. That's a basic foundation. It has not changed. The better you start and the faster you start, the more wealth you can build at an early age. So, time is on your side when you're young.
Yeah,
Mm,
100%. I think that is amazing advice. Thank you so much, Adrienne.
mm,
I
um,
loved having you on today. Thank you again.
Thank you. I was really excited about this. Thank you so much.